Imagine being the thought that stays with her, the whisper in her slumbering thoughts, and the echo in her heart. Today, we'll reveal the ultimate strategy, bolstered by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, that will make you the person she can't help but think about over and over. We're not just talking about fleeting impressions. We'll go into detail on how deliberate actions and a calm demeanor can make you a permanent fixture in her thoughts. By combining ancient philosophical ideas with modern psychological techniques, you will master the art of presence, making every moment you share with her a memorable one in her mind. So stay tuned. Find out how to deeply and quietly capture her spirit and become the dream she loves even when she's awake. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to keep changing into the person who is not only seen but also remembered. Let's get started. First, let silence talk with confidence in a world full of noise, distractions, and constant stimulation. Mastering silence is a very rare skill that shows a level of self-assurance and confidence that is very attractive. A man who is comfortable in silence doesn't need to prove himself with words. He's not looking for approval through endless conversation. He's at ease in his own company. Think about it. When used on purpose, silence can be very useful. If you add a pause to the rhythm of a song, the notes will resonate more deeply. The same is true for your relationships with women. Don't rush to fill every pause. When you're comfortable in the quiet, you show a level of emotional intelligence and control that most men don't have. Women who are used to being around a lot of noise are drawn to that calmness. It shows her that you're present, aware, and thoughtful. Take it from the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have the power to keep quiet." Being calm and confident in the presence of silence shows that you don't need outside things to be at peace. You can just be. Trust me, when you master this, you'll no longer be just another guy trying to impress her. You'll become a mystery that she'll want to solve. Next time you're talking to someone, wait a moment before you answer. This shows that you're listening and not just waiting to talk. It also gives her time to think about what was said, which makes the conversation more important. It's not about awkward silences. It's about showing that you're aware, present, and in charge. Confident silence isn't about staying quiet. It's about feeling safe enough to let the talk flow. Women like guys who aren't afraid to take things slowly and let connection happen naturally. It's in these quiet moments that real chemistry happens, and she starts to wonder what else lies beneath your calm exterior. A man who masters silence gives off a mysterious allure and a sense of depth that will leave her dreaming of you and wondering what to do next. So, gentlemen, remember that confidence isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments that you become unforgettable. Number 2, learn how to listen mindfully. Let's say you're sitting next to a woman in a lively cafe. As she starts to tell you her latest story, the conversations and laughter around you fade into the background. Instead of just waiting for your turn to talk or giving half-hearted nods, eyes that are bright with energy, you are fully focused on what she is saying. Your eyes are still, your mind is clear of other thoughts, and every part of you is involved. This is what active listening is all about. But when you combine it with Stoic principles, it becomes a powerful tool that makes you impossible to forget. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about being present, understanding, and participating in a conversation with purpose. The Stoics taught us to be in the present moment, free of outside noise and distractions. When you apply this to listening, you're not just hearing her story, you're making her feel deeply understood, which is rare in a world where most people are too busy thinking about their own things. Imagine the impact. Most men would only listen half-heartedly because they want to share their own thoughts or stories. But you are there with her, taking in every word and feeling. She knows this and feels the difference. Not just your attention, but also your ability to make her feel valued and important. In a world where real connection is hard to find, this stands out, and she will keep thinking about you. How do you do this? Be present. Put down your phone and let go of the need to interrupt or impress. Instead, pay attention to what she has to say. You can summarize her feelings and thoughts by saying something like, "That sounds like an experience that really challenged you." Your stoic patience and engagement show that you're not just passively listening, you're deeply tuned in to her experience. Go further by asking thoughtful questions that show you care, like, "What did you learn from that?" Or, "How did that experience shape you?" These questions not only keep the conversation going, but they also make her feel safe and understood, a space where she can speak her mind freely. When a woman feels heard, it's like you've tapped into a secret key to her heart. She will remember you for a long time. Being able to listen with stoicism means more than just reacting. It means actively participating and creating a calm space where feelings are heard, respected, and understood. When you master this skill, you become a man she can't stop thinking about because she feels seen and valued like never before when she's with you. By practicing stoic, active listening, you set yourself apart. So, before we move on to the next strategy, let's talk about how you made women feel heard. This is a subtle but deeply important way to make women dream of you. Think about how mindful listening can change not only your relationships, but also your life. If this speaks to you, please share your thoughts in the comments below, or if you're in a hurry, just type, "I will listen with purpose." Your participation helps spread the power of Stoic principles, so don't forget to like this video and share your stories. Now let's move on to the next key idea. Third insight. Accept the mystery. Imagine that you're at a lively gathering where everyone is telling stories and trying to outdo each other. When it's your turn to talk, you start telling a story that is so interesting that everyone is glued to their seats. It gets quiet as your words take them deeper into the story. When you get to the climax, you stop with a sly smile and say, "Maybe I'll tell you the rest another time." That's it. You've just set the seed of mystery, which is what it means to embrace the enigma. Stoicism teaches this strategy, which is based on self-control and understanding how people work. Be careful about what you share, leaving just enough out to make them want more from a Stoic. Viewpoint. Living with intention and purpose includes how we share ourselves with others. Women, like men, are naturally interested in the unknown. Curiosity is a strong force, and when you only show part of the picture, it draws people in, especially if the parts you leave out seem to hint at even greater depth. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. That matters. If you're careful about what you share, you not only control your own story, but you also shape how other people see you. Being mysterious doesn't mean being closed off or emotionally distant. It means learning the art of selective sharing. It's like knowing when to give her just enough of your personality to get her interested while keeping the more interesting details to yourself. Under wraps. You could casually say that you've been working on something exciting or give a hint about a life experience without telling the whole story. This creates a sense of depth and mystery that keeps her thinking about you and what other secrets you might hold. For example, if you love traveling, you could talk about a life-changing trip you've been on, but instead of going into all the details, you could pause before getting to the best part and say something like, "That's a story for another day." This way, she'll naturally start to fill in the blanks, and the stories she imagines will often be even more interesting than the ones that are true. She wants to figure out you. The more she thinks about you, the more you'll be on her mind, and that's where the magic happens. But there's a fine line between too much mystery and distance, making you seem unreachable or uninterested, which is not what you want. To be silent, you should find a balance between what you say and what you don't say, allowing her to feel close enough to be intrigued but never fully satisfied. It's like a well-written novel that leaves her turning the pages eager to discover more. Every conversation with you should feel like there's always another chapter to be uncovered. The magic of this approach is that it makes her think about you. Even when you're not around, the curiosity you ignite will linger in her mind, sparking fantasies, questions and thoughts about you. She'll wonder what makes you tick, what drives you, and what other fascinating layers you're hiding beneath the surface. And in this process, she'll find herself more drawn to you than if you had laid everything out from the start. This is how you create a presence that lives in her mind long after the conversation is over. You become someone she dreams of, not because you're chasing her, but because you've crafted an aura that pulls her in naturally. So take a step back and embrace the enigma. By doing so, you don't just create attraction. You build a lasting intrigue that keeps her coming back for more in this subtle dance of mystery. You become someone she can't stop thinking about, someone who lingers in her thoughts long after you've left the room. Number 4, mix curiosity with a playful vibe. When you're confidently moving through life, exuding an air of mystery and calm, you naturally spark curiosity in every interaction. This combination leaves a lasting impression, keeping a woman interested and thinking about you all the time. Stoicism teaches us to stay calm, but that doesn't mean we can't be interesting in our interactions. It's about finding the right mix between being interesting and emotionally stable, which hits home for me. Women naturally feel attracted to men who can combine a steady, confident presence with playful intrigue. For example, if she's reading a book, instead of asking what it's about, you could comment on the cover and tease her by suggesting she try something new, like a genre she wouldn't normally choose. This isn't just teasing her, it's a way to challenge her in a fun, light-hearted way that keeps the conversation interesting and unpredictable. Stoicism teaches us the value of living in the present and embracing spontaneity without being swept away by it. In your conversations, this means being present and fully engaged, but also unpredictable enough to spark curiosity. By staying grounded and not letting your emotions control your behavior, you can keep things fun and interesting, building anticipation. She'll enjoy your time with you and think about your next meeting long after it's over. The goal isn't to manipulate or stuck-ups, play mind games, believe in being real. You're not hiding who you are, you're just pacing how you reveal yourself. Intrigue comes naturally when you don't rush. Let her get to know you bit by bit, and with each interaction she'll feel more drawn to you, her curiosity growing as she wonders what new layers you'll reveal next. The key is to be subtle. You're not trying to be too attention-seeking or force her into deep conversations. Instead, keep things light, fun, and unpredictable. She might find herself smiling at a memory of a joke you made or wondering what your next move is. She will think of you when she least expects it because of the wonder that comes from your ability to stay calm and playfully interact with her. When you mix the calm self-assurance of Stoicism with fun intrigue, you create an aura of confidence that people can't help but be drawn to. Women want men who are strong and in charge, but who also make every moment exciting and interesting. When you talk to someone next, remember that it's not just what you say that matters, but also how you say it and how much you reveal. That's the kind of man who stays in her mind long after the conversation is over. Before we go on, I want you to take a moment to think about how curiosity and playfulness can help you connect with others. Think about the last time you piqued someone's interest. Was it on purpose, or did it happen on its own? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, or just type, "Curiosity keeps them coming back." If this message speaks to you, your thoughts might help someone else find the perfect balance between being confidently mysterious and staying grounded in every moment. Number 5. Make everyone laugh in the room. On a first date, things might be a little tense at first, but then you say something smart, like how the waiter looks like a famous actor, and before you know it, she's laughing so hard she can't stop. That shared moment of joy creates a connection that lasts, and she'll be thinking about you long after the night is over, ladies. The power of humor, an easy way to connect with someone and leave a lasting impression. But what if we looked at humor through the lens of Stoicism? It's not just about making her laugh, it's about making a meaningful connection by staying true to yourself and present in the moment. When you make her laugh, you're showing her that you have the strength to stay calm, confident, and composed, even when things aren't going as planned. In this way, humor becomes a way to show your inner peace, which is a trait that has deep roots in Stoicism. Remember that jokes that seem forced or overdone, Stoicism tells us that being true to ourselves is important, no matter what. Be yourself no matter what, whether you're funny, like being teased, or learn how to make fun of yourself and let your natural style show when you embrace this sincerity. Women will feel that you're sure of yourself and be drawn to your easy charm. When Marcus Aurelius said that the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, he meant that life will throw challenges at you, but if you can laugh through them, you show that you are strong. In the same way, laughter is like a subtle power move that shows you can handle whatever life or a date with grace throws at you. Laughter also shows emotional intelligence. A well-timed joke shows that you can read a woman's energy and adjust your behavior accordingly. Women are naturally drawn to a man who knows how to handle social situations and can find the right time to lighten the mood with some levity. This isn't about being a comedian, it's about making her feel comfortable and seen. When a woman associates you with laughter, joy, and lightness, you'll stick in her mind. Every laugh you share becomes a small investment in her memory of you, and that's how you'll keep her dreaming about you long after the date is over. So embrace your humor with a cool head and let her see the joy you can bring into her life. Number 6. Get better at talking to people. While you're at a dinner party, there's one conversation that really grabs your attention. You're talking with a woman who is just as interesting as you are. The noise around you doesn't bother you at all, fades, and the two of you talk about things that flow easily, like the magic of the world, or the weird things that happened in the 1980s. In the movies, time seems to fly by, and before you know it, hours have passed. This man is good at having a good chat, which can make her think of you after the night is over. Being a great conversationalist isn't about bragging or taking over the talk. Stoicism shows us how important balance is. Listen as much as you talk and ask questions that show you're interested and want to learn. The goal is to create a conversation where both people feel involved and valued. When you ask her thoughtful questions and really listen to her answers, you show that you care about what she has to say. This is powerful because it aligns with Stoic values of empathy and understanding, making her think about you. One thing that really sets a great speaker apart is their ability to switch things up. Can you talk about serious things like current events or philosophy, and also lighter things like travel or music? This shows that you can connect with her on more than one level, which many women find irresistible. For example, after talking about the deeper meanings of life, you could tell her a funny story that makes her smile. This balance between intelligence and humor is what keeps her interested. Remember that conversation isn't just about what you say, it's about how you make her feel. Do you make her feel heard and valued? Do you genuinely care about her thoughts and ideas? This makes a mental link that lasts. Stoicism says that being selfless and showing restraint are important in any relationship. It's more likely that she'll remember you fondly if you talk about her a lot. But here's a secret. Don't say everything. Tell her an interesting story without giving away all the details. Talk about a great place you've been or a book that changed your life, but leave her wanting more. This feeling of unfinished talk makes you look forward to more conversations. She'll be thinking about those loose ends and wondering when she can pick up where they left off. If you master the art of conversation and balance it with the wisdom of Stoicism, you leave an impact that lasts. If you talk about things that make women think, she will probably think about you and be looking forward to the next conversation that makes her think. You can become the person she can't stop dreaming about by having deep talks that make you think about how important it is to improve your communication skills. Think about how these ideas can change the way you interact with people in all areas of your life, not just with women. A well-rounded, thoughtful conversation leaves an impression that lasts far beyond the moment, making deep connections that matter. Take a moment to think about how you normally talk to people. How do you find the right mix between talking and listening? Are you leaving enough open questions to keep people interested? Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below and tell us about how you've learned to talk to people well. How have the ideas of Stoicism helped you make relationships that are deeper and more meaningful? 7th, leave her wanting more. Imagine you're at an event with a lot of other people, but you're having a great conversation with a woman who seems to be interested in you. The chemistry is electric, the conversation flows easily, and laughter is easy as the night goes on. She's fully engaged, and it seems like the perfect moment. Then, just as the energy peaks and the connection feels strongest, you look at her, smile warmly and say, "This has been great, but I have to go. I have an early morning tomorrow." You lock eyes for a moment that lasts, and you've created an unforgettable experience. See, leaving her wanting more isn't about tricks. It's about understanding the natural human desire for anticipation and leaving things unfinished in a way that sparks curiosity. Imagine it as your favorite TV show. Every episode ends on a cliffhanger, leaving you wondering what will happen next. You're not only giving her a great moment, but you're also planting the seed of anticipation that she'll carry with her long after you're gone. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism comes in. One of the main ideas of Stoicism is moderation, or knowing when to stop, hold back, and not give in to excess. This is similar to how a Stoic knows when to walk away from distractions and unnecessary indulgences. You can use the same idea to attract people. When you step away at the peak of a good moment, you keep your personal boundaries and create a feeling of balance. You're not stuck in the present or staying too long. Instead, you're respecting her time and your own, which naturally creates a sense of mystery and respect. This method works so well because when you leave on a high note, she remembers the best parts of you. It's like ending a great movie scene right before the big reveal. It stays in her mind and makes her curious. It's not about being distant just to be distant. It's about realizing that curiosity is a natural part of being human. We want things we don't fully understand, and when there's a bit of mystery, it makes someone think about you all the time. Remember that when you pull away, you're not doing it to create distance for its own sake. You're showing a level of self-control that Stoicism says is necessary for maintaining emotional balance and peace of mind. You're not emotionally needy or dependent on constant attention. Instead, you're secure in yourself and your time. When you know your worth and stand your ground, it tells her that you are a man of substance who values meaningful interactions over mindless ones. Pleasure. The most important thing is that it feels natural. You're not disappearing to be hard to get or to create fake distance. You're doing it because you know the value of leaving something to be desired. It shows self-respect and a sense of your own worth, and it lets her see you as a man who isn't desperate for attention. You know when to give and when to pull back, just enough to keep her intrigued. So the next time you're having a great conversation or a wonderful moment, resist the urge to overstay. Instead, leave her with a smile, a lingering look, and the promise of what's to come. The power of absence is real. It's the momentary void that makes someone dream about what could be. By leaving her with a sense of mystery and excitement, you'll make sure she'll be thinking about you long after you're gone. I left her eagerly anticipating the next meeting. Number 8. Give her unique compliments. When you walk into an elegant gallery full of masterpieces, it's not the art that draws you in, it's the woman. Instead of saying, "You're beautiful," you say, "The way you're studying that painting tells me you see beyond the surface, and that's rare." In that moment, you've touched her deeply and left a lasting impression she won't easily forget. There are a lot of ordinary words in the world, but compliments stand out because they go beyond looks and show that you see the person in front of you as a unique person with many layers. It's not just about saying something different, it's about recognizing her for who she really is. Focusing on the core of a person rather than just the surface is what this method is based on. A woman doesn't want to be just another pretty face. She wants to feel seen, understood, and valued. When you compliment her on her intelligence, her passions, or her uniqueness, you're telling her that she stands out in your eyes not because of her looks, but because of her character. For example, instead of saying, "You're smart," say, "The way you broke that idea down made it so easy to understand. You have a knack for making things clear." This does more than just compliment her intelligence. It shows that you paid attention and were interested in what she had to say. When she leaves, she'll think about that moment and start to associate you with someone who really sees her. But this is where Stoicism comes in. Compliments shouldn't come from a place of manipulation. The Stoics teach us genuineness and honesty are important. When you move from flattery to genuine admiration, you create a connection based on truth. Maybe it's how she stays calm in a tough situation, or how her passion for a cause lights up the room. Whatever it is, it's important to speak from the heart and let her know you appreciate her for more than what's on the surface. To keep the conversation going, follow up your compliment with a question. Say something deep to her like, "I can tell you're really passionate about the environment." What first interested you in her? Now you've turned a praise into a conversation starter that encourages her to share more of herself. This keeps her interested and shows that you care about her inner world by mastering the art of giving unique, meaningful compliments. You're not just making a woman feel good at the time, you're planting a seed that will grow in her mind long after you're gone. She'll start to dream about what makes you unique, why your words stick with her, and why being around you feels so good. And that, my friends, is how you leave. An unforgettable impression that keeps her thinking about you day and night. Number 9. Dress to impress. Imagine walking into a room and commanding attention without saying a word. You don't need loud clothes or flashy statements. It's your quiet confidence, the little things, and the care you put into your appearance that draw people in. Your clothes fit just right. Your color choices are perfect. And everything about you, from your clean shoes to your well-groomed hair, shows that you know exactly who you are. That's the power of dressing to impress, not for other people, but for yourself. Let's think about how this fits with the Stoic philosophy. Dressing well isn't about trying to impress other people or blindly following trends. Mastering yourself means knowing your body, your tastes, and choosing to be the best version of yourself on purpose. When you dress with care and precision, you show that you are responsible for yourself, which is one of the main ideas behind Stoicism. The way you look shows how disciplined you are. A subtle but powerful sign of how much you care about the little things in life. Think about it. Before you even speak, your clothes and grooming are making an impact. Are they quietly saying, "I respect myself and this moment," or are they saying something else? I didn't think much about this when we were dating. These little things matter, especially to women who tend to notice them. How well your shirt fits, how clean your shoes are, and how neat your nails are. These little things show her that you care about yourself. And here's the truth. If you show that much care for yourself, she'll naturally think that you will do the same for her. Let's look at an example for clarity. For a relaxed date like going for coffee or a walk, you don't need to wear a fancy suit. Instead, a pair of jeans that fits well is fine. A well-tailored shirt and shiny, clean shoes can say a lot. Your clothes are simple, but they fit you like they were made just for you. The way you've put yourself together has a natural harmony that shows you respect the moment and the person you're with. She'll notice these things. She will notice how well your jacket fits on your shoulders, even if she doesn't say it out loud. The way your shoes complement your outfit, and how naturally you seem to own your look. When you leave, she thinks of you because you left her with more than just an impression of how you look. You left her with the sense that you are a thoughtful, intentional, and self-aware man who doesn't need outside approval to feel good about himself. You live with purpose, and that kind of energy is unforgettable. So, gentlemen, take the time to learn what colors and styles make you look your best, and put together an outfit that shows not only the outside, but also the inside of who you are. Dressing well is a form of self-care and a way to communicate without words. It's about taking pride in the details and showing the world that you value yourself. And when you value yourself, others will value you too. When you dress with intention, when you carry yourself with confidence, you're not just dressing to impress, you're dressing to leave a lasting impression, one that will stay with her long after you've walked out of the room. She'll be dreaming about you, not because of what you wore, but because you showed her a man who knows his worth, who pays attention to the finer things, and who understands that true power lies in quiet confidence. That, my friends, is how you make her think of you, non-stop, all through the simple yet profound act of dressing with purpose. And there we have it, folks. We've journeyed through the art of becoming unforgettable, blending Stoic wisdom with practical strategies to ensure you're the thought that lingers in her mind, the whisper in her daydreams, and the echo in her heart. Today, we've uncovered how embracing confident silence, weaving in mystery, and mastering the subtleties of conversation can make you a permanent fixture in her thoughts. I want you to think about these methods and decide which one really hit home for you. How will you use these lessons in your everyday life to stand out and be remembered? Think about the moments when you felt a deep connection and consider how applying these insights could enhance those experiences even further. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below, sharing your thoughts or experiences related to today's topic. Which strategy are you excited to try out? And if you've already been putting some of these into practice, what results have you seen? Your insights not only enrich our community, but also help guide the content we create for you. Don't forget to share this video with someone who might find it helpful or inspiring. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, so you don't miss out on any future content for more on becoming the best version of yourself. Check out the recommended videos on the screen. Now, thank you for watching, and remember, in the quiet moments, in the playful banter, and in the depth of genuine interaction, you have the power to be unforgettable. Keep striving, keep reflecting, and above all, keep engaging with those around you in meaningful ways. Until next time, stay thoughtful and inspired.